Hello everybody, this is Wanda from Deep South Homestead. Today I'm going to be taking a little walk around the place with Hank, and I usually do this on crazy days, but today it's going to kind of be an update, so we're putting it here on Deep South. Hope you enjoy the things that we have going on here at Deep South. This is my candy corn plant. It's sitting here at the front. It has put on leaves and it is ready to bloom again. I'm hoping for full blooms in a few days, but guys, it has tripled in size. It is doing awesome. Thank you, Life and Farmland, Jenna and Eric. My aloe veras, we're going to take them into the big greenhouse this year. I've got one here and one here. We dig them up, put them in pots, and put them in the greenhouse for the winter. This is 4 o'clocks. These things put on seeds like crazy. All these little things like this are seeds. If anybody needs 4 o'clocks, let me know, because they just fall off and I end up with more of them. All right, you ready to go walking? Huh? You ready to go walking, Hank? Say. Yes, yes, okay. Let's go. You ready? Let's go, girls. Let's go. This is our Deep South pineapple. It's here at the beginning of our frugal bed. We planted it here on purpose so we knew which one of our pineapples. As you can see, we have a pineapple orchard here. Kind of funny, but this one is the one that we grew a pineapple last year. This is a top off of it. We planted it, and look, it is doing awesome. We really don't look to have a pineapple for a couple of years. Never if Hank gets his way messing with stuff, but hey, we're gonna have a pineapple one day. This one is the only pineapple we have right now that is growing, and it looks great. We're hoping for a couple of more months and it'll be ripe. It takes them a little while to get there. I don't remember how many months, probably close to 3. All the pineapples look healthy, look good this time of the year. The lemongrass is looking beautiful. It looks like it used to look after I dug it all up and replanted in the spring. It's looking beautiful. So maybe next year we'll have some more for sale, but right now I'm letting it grow. It looks awesome. Our Egyptian walking onions, Danny is gradually thinning them out and they are looking great. We're just gonna leave them. We may dig some up and see how many we have to use, but no onions. So these are doing really, really good. We've had a good crop of Egyptian walking onions. The peppers that got the little disease, they're looking great. Producing peppers every day. Danny just takes off any bad leaves that still come up, but for the most part, look at this. Nice pretty leaves, blooms, new peppers coming on. Little peppers. All kinds of blooms, little peppers. I mean, these are looking very, very healthy. Hank, no cotton. All right, this is my cotton. If Hank, no. Hank wants to mess with the cotton balls. He sees something fun to play with. No. I've got quite a few. Each plant has at least 5 or 6 on each plant. And yesterday we found one that was open and it was already dry, so we took it off. Here I still have a bloom. We have a white one. And look, even a pink one, so they're still blooming. Hank, no! Look at this one. It is opening up and it will be dry in a couple of days. I'm not sure what his problem is, but look, these fields are doing pretty good. We've got the potatoes that we'll be digging in about 2 to 3 weeks. And the okra, it's about 10 foot tall. Danny is letting go to seed. We have actually put up about 48 pints of okra off of this, and so it's time for it to go to seed. All the blueberries are about to the point that Danny's going to cut them back if it starts to cool off, and he knows we're going to get at least a cool spell. He's going to trim all these back and have them looking good. And Hank is looking for squirrels. One project we're going to work on in the next week is taking the comfrey and dividing it out. We've had this one in a pot and it looks like it's plenty full. We're going to divide it into several pieces. This is our purple sweet potatoes. They're still blooming. Basil, we still haven't took it up yet. We're leaving it for a little while longer. And this is our other bed of purple sweet potatoes. They have about 2 to 3 weeks before we dig them. The sugar cane is looking awesome. It'll be ready next month. We plan on starting in October to do some, maybe November for the rest. Our ginger will be dug up this year and we'll replant some, as well as the turmeric. I always say it wrong. It is starting to yellow, so we think it's time to dig it up. We'll overwinter some here in the ground and some we will dry. This is one of our 2-year-old fig trees. And if you look right here, ripe figs. It is putting on figs. There's one up there. This time of the year we've never had figs before, so this is pretty cool. The Back to Eden, full of weeds again. We cleared all this at one time. It's right back. If you don't stay in it every day, those mimosa weeds or chamber bitters just take over. So we're going to be working in this garden over the next week or so.
All right, guys, we're having to take down the mimosa tree here that's up against our deck. We love the mimosa. It provides a good shade, but it's growed into the deck, pushing into it right there. And what's happening is it's lifting our deck up in the air as it grows, and it's causing the little things off of the leaves are falling all in the cracks of our deck here, and it's stopping it up where water can't flow through it. And what's happening is because it's picking the deck up and it's stopping it up, water is now running back toward the house back in here next to the fireplace area and puddling up about 1 inch deep on our deck, and that's not good. So what we're doing is taking the mimosa tree down. We're taking a saw, going back through the deck boards and cutting all the debris out from between the boards so that water can once again fall through the boards and drain like it's supposed to, because if not, we're going to lose the boards on our deck here, because we got to get this thing power washed off and get them retreated to try to get some more life out of them before they go bad.
This asparagus bed is our best producer. We get asparagus in the spring, a little bit during the summer, and I've started getting a little asparagus the last couple of weeks. It may be just a few pieces along, but this is probably one of our best asparagus beds. This is our muscadine grapevine. Before long, Danny will show you what he does to cut all this back for the winter. This is our scuppernong vines. Goes all the way down. They're really, really long. These are the new vines, and they've done well this year. But the ones on the far end, he's going to have to trim like the muscadine vines. And we have plum trees there. Behind here are the mayhaw trees. We got quite a few little mayhaws. We hope for a better production next year, but there's 5 mayhaw trees here that are at least producing now. We have started collecting hay for the winter. There are some states that are saying that they can't produce hay right now. They've had such a wet summer. So we are buying a roll of hay every time we can and storing it for the winter. How did you get in there? Come on. Hank! Hank, come on. Come on. So we have a dog that's in trouble now. He went under the fence, and the turkeys are going to get him. I think it's funny. See what you get for sneaking in? Come on. Hank. Oh, Hank. Let's go. They're going to get you. We have put some cabbages in containers and hoping they're doing okay. They look good. We put some lettuce in, but it is looking pretty wimpy. I don't know how this lettuce is going to do, and it looks like bugs has got a... Alright, this lettuce is looking a little better than the other. It is actually growing. We usually don't have a problem with lettuce here. And these are the peppers that we've got in containers. You can see they are looking good, producing peppers. So container grown peppers are definitely a way to go. These are in our corral system here and are looking awesome. Early morning greenhouse visit. It's cool in here. It's only 80 degrees. Most of the pots are empty right now. We do have our one patio tomato that I put here to see how they're going to do. Danny put peppers, and tomatoes that he grew from seed. All of our tomatoes are the yellow pear tomatoes. These are little bitty cherry tomatoes. They're yellow pear shaped. Have an awesome taste and produce like crazy. Because of the storm, we brought our lemon tree in, and look at the lemons. Isn't that awesome? I mean, that one is huge. And then we have, I'm trying to keep them propped up somewhat, and something to rest on. Okay, I give them something to rest on. Look at this, a couple more up there. So the lemon tree is producing, and it did well outside. We put it in a container so that it can be brought into the greenhouse. Next spring we'll take it back out. But lemons, might not be many, but at least it's a couple of lemons. The herb garden has produced really well. One of my moringas is doing real good. This was one that was planted this year. The one in the back corner right there is from last year. That's a 2-year-old plant. Peppermint sage. We have oregano, onions, popolo, rosemary everywhere. The stevia is going to seed in there. The stevia over there is going to seed. We have our shrimp plant, our Malabar spinach, full of seeds. If somebody needs seeds, you're going to have to contact me because I'm going to have to dry some. And this is our little tangelo tree that came back from the root. It hasn't produced yet. We lost a tree 3 years ago, but this one is growing really well. And we're hoping at some point it will produce fruit. Are you in trouble? Are you in jail? Are you in jail? Huh? Yeah. Hank is in jail. Come on, let's go. And guys, this is one of our squash or pumpkin plants that we planted that did not do anything in the spring, but look how it's growing. I don't see blooms on it right now, but we're gonna leave it alone. If Hank will leave it alone. Hank. And we're gonna let it grow because I forgot which squash plant we planted here. And Hank is after another squirrel. Danny has been bush hogging. It needs it again, but he comes through about every week, week and a half. And as you can see, these little twigs that you see here with the pink flags, that's his oak trees. They're probably a little over 2.5 foot tall now. And out of 50 trees, probably at least 45 of them are still growing. This is a clover that Danny planted many years ago as a deer food plot. And everywhere we see it coming up, we just let it keep multiplying in order to take over as a cover crop in our field here. This is the field that had the sweet potatoes, and the one below it, he's flipped the ground. He's going to do that every week or two now to see that we can kill the grasses and weeds that are in it. This is our main sugar cane that we use. It is just as big and pretty as the other field is, but it may not be quite as tall. This is probably around 8 to 9 feet tall, where the other one's at least 10 or better. So guys, I hope you enjoyed our walk around Deep South. We've got a lot going on, even though it's fall, and Hank's had a ball. Talk to you later from Deep South Homestead.